Welcome to the podcast playground where podcasters come to play. Today, my guest is no other than Tonya. Welcome to the playground, Tonya.
Hi, thank you.
How you doing? So, who is Tonya?
Who is Tonya? Tonya is like a bunch of people in one. A bunch of people in one. I am, right now, I am a female serial entrepreneur. The great thing about that is that everything I do now, I love doing it. So I'm blessed to have gradually built a career for myself to where I can work for myself and also enjoy and love every single thing that I do. And don't get me wrong, everything I do and the whole entrepreneurship, but the flip side of it and the crazy side of being an entrepreneur and doing what you love is you love the exhaustion.
You do. You feed off of it.
Feed off of it.
I've been there.
Yes. I just turned 52 last month.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Turned 52 last month. I've been doing the entrepreneur thing now for 14 years. So with aging, I have 2 kids that are grown now. So going through that process of being an entrepreneur with kids versus now
being without,
that's been a journey. I'm a grandmother now of 2 girls.
Congratulations on that.
Yep. So life is good. Life is funny. At this point in life, you realize you try not to take it too serious. So that's who Tonya is.
Okay. Tonya sounds like a person who is hardworking and always thriving.
Yes.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Because you're never settling.
Right.
I love that.
Yes.
So tell the people what things make Tonya creative.
Let's see. So, I guess let me first tell you those things that I do. I started out my journey as being an event planner, just your traditional event planner, doing weddings, baby showers, that type of thing. And quickly after I started my journey of entrepreneurship, purpose became very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I kept with the event planning because that's like my bread maker, event planning. But I had a really big need to serve purpose and tap into my purpose. And I'm not a money driven person. I drive on purpose. I drive on being a part of things that are bigger than myself, things that are impactful, and things that I guess I like for what I do in life to have a little bit of tap on betterment of the world, our community, our people. So those are the things that thrive me. So I went from being an event planner to starting a nonprofit business as well. And within my nonprofit business, I have a pageant, women's pageant that I do every year. And I've been doing it for 12 years. This is my 12th year. And the purpose of the pageant, because I slowly, through my challenges and obstacles as a woman in life, especially a single mom, I know those things that I was challenged with to accomplish being who I am now. So I created the pageant with not wanting it to be a beauty pageant. I used it as a platform for other women that may have gone through some of the challenges I went through as a woman and other challenges. Over 12 years, as you can imagine, I've met women that have gone through so much. So, every year I learned that, at some point I feel like I've gone through so much, and so I know there's always somebody
that's gone
through a lot more. So I use my platform to give women the opportunity to tell their story, um, be an inspiration to others, and also to release from themselves and give back to themselves. Because we as women, we give a lot of ourselves as wives, as mothers, and even as a friend. We give a lot of ourselves out. And so the pageant gives women an opportunity as well to pour back into themselves.
Okay.
So that's my nonprofit side of things. That's actually what I love to do the most. That's pageant is my baby. So I put a lot into the pageant. COVID happened in 2020.
Oh, it did.
Was it 2020? Yeah.
I think it was. Look, it happened. We know it happened because all those people that got to stay home, I wasn't one of them. You know y'all people that got to stay home. Y'all remember COVID
Why didn't you get to stay home?
because I was deemed necessary.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yep, I went to work every day on them empty roads.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. But COVID happened in 2020. And, with that being said, in the midst of COVID, nobody's planning events.
Nope.
So I had to really be creative, and I had to come up with another way to make money.
Right.
So it's funny how, things such as COVID and things that we look at as tragedy or, major things in life can really
Motivate.
adjust and motivate and work for you. So I came up with women's apparel, doing an online boutique. And it started out as t-shirts because that at the time that was something I could do and accomplish. People are sitting at home doing nothing but surfing the internet.
And purchasing with the money they don't have.
Spending money they don't have. So I started out with t-shirts and decided to go further with women's apparel. I've always been told I had, a decent sense of fashion. So I said, okay, well, let's try this. Nothing I really ever had an interest in doing. Of course, I've always loved dressing up and fashion, but I never said, okay, I want to
You want to have a store.
Right. But I did that and did it online after COVID calmed down. I even tried my hand at doing a brick and mortar, but I didn't do that longer than a year or so because it wasn't worth the money. So I stayed online. But again, going back to purpose, anything I do, I have to be able to exercise my creativity and I have to be able to serve my purpose and feel like I'm making an impact on others. It can't just, for me, it just can't be because it's making money. So I figured out a way to do that with it. And, even doing things such as women that's recovering or have survived breast cancer, using the boutique and my fashion and my sense of style with working with them and giving them that in that boost or whatever. So, I went that way with the whole fashion and styling. And someone reached out to me needing someone to style. So I ran with the whole online women's apparel shopping boutique, went from the brick and mortar back to online, figured out a way to make the whole boutique and styling thing align with my purpose and, serve something bigger than myself. And then one day, just out of the blue, one of the local theaters here, I don't know if you're familiar with Players by the Sea.
No, because I'm new coming into this whole Jacksonville film industry.
Okay.
So it's
Now,
funny.
this is a theater for stage plays.
Oh, yeah, no, after that, the only stage plays I think I've ever been to here in Jacksonville was the Nutcracker and I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I like it, Humber, too. But Players by the Sea reached out to me, and they were doing the musical Dreamgirls, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Mhm.
And that's one of my favorite musicals. So when they reached out to me, I was so excited. because I love styling people, and now I'm getting ready to style girls.
Now you're finna style it big time, man.
Yeah. So I, of course, accepted, and that was my first opportunity to get to style, someone outside of an individual that just wants an
To look good,
outfit.
right?
Right. So I took on Dream Girls, absolutely loved it, enjoyed it. And so from there, they, reached out to me for several plays going forward to be their stylist
So
and
that,
wardrobe and costume is what it was called in that manner.
so it parlayed into a career.
Right, right, right.
Okay.
And so, all of this time, I know you interviewed Michael Carter.
Mm-hmm.
So
did.
Michael Carter is actually the person that introduced me to plays and stage plays and playwrights and the film industry. Um, so thank you, Michael Carter. But
You know who you are, Mr. Yeet.
but he introduced me to that industry because he's an actor also as well. But he introduced me to that, and so I went full force with doing the stage plays, wardrobe and costume. I went, and I also did it for other playwrights as well. And at some point, I can't remember when, I was given the opportunity to do wardrobe and costume for an actual movie film set. Um, and even if not by the writer or producer of the movie, individuals or cast members in the movie would want someone, they wanted people to style them if the producer wasn't providing wardrobe. So I pretty much tapped on everyone's film set here
Right.
to some degree. I enjoy that. I enjoy doing that too. It doesn't allow me to be as creative on the
As you want.
film set because you kind of have to dress them
For the part.
for the part and a realistic type person. So I can't just say, "Oh, I want to do what I want to do."
Yeah, you got handcuffs on. You're like, okay, I know he's supposed to be homeless looking, but you know what? You're gonna be glam homeless.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, I've been doing that, and I still do that, and it's I'm really good at pivoting and
Yeah, you seem like you're really good at adjusting to the situation.
adjusting to the situation, adjusting to the times that we are in. And like I said, I'm 52 now, and I started this thing just under 40. So I understand the need to grow with what's going on. I understand that, I can't stay stagnant and be one type of creative
Individual.
for years and years. I got to change with what's going on now. I keep me some young people in my life
So you can adapt.
so I can adapt. So I'm really good at that. And that's pretty much where I am now. Right now, I'm at a stage in my life to where I know it's time to pivot again. I don't have the same physical energy as I had
Yeah,
12 years ago.
that's the hard part.
That's the
When
hard
you
part.
you pivot, you're used to adapting, and you make those slight adjustments, and then it's time to pivot, adapt, and adjust again.
Right.
And at the same time, you try to hold on to that level of creativeness
Right.
because
Right.
you want to take a little bit of that creativeness with you on each journey you go on,
Exactly.
so that way you can bring creative and purpose together.
Exactly. Exactly. And um, the genius part of it is being able to do that, making those changes so that you grow with the time, but still keeping your brand as what it is. Like I'm not with my changes and the phases that I've gone through, I haven't, I guess, given away who I am.
Yeah, you don't ever want to do that because
Yeah.
even though there's got to be a fine balance between creative,
Mm-hmm.
inspiration, and change. There
Right.
has to be that balance because you can't change and become something you wasn't and
Right.
still be creative.
Right.
So you need that balance.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that's where I am right now. As going back to the film sets or whatever, again, I out doing wardrobe and styling, I've discovered something else that I want to tap more into. And I'm right now in the middle of kind of playing with that a little bit, which is directing. I was thrown into a situation to where I was required more than just wardrobe and styling because I was dealing with a first time filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just that type that, I'll jump in and help where I can help. And because I already have the skill set to manage, produce a situation, and organize, this
All that
person,
stuff comes together. That is
it all
planning.
comes together. And like, even though I have no knowledge of making a film other than a little bit of time I've been on set, I think I can coordinate, manage, and run a production no matter what the industry is. I could do that. So I've taken a love for the whole directing thing and kind of want to play with that a little more.
Okay, so it seems that your journey, one, it's beautiful. Your journey is very beautiful. And your level of adapt and create and foster purpose along with the creation
Mm-hmm.
and the curiosity
Yes.
seems to drive you very far.
Yes, it does. And I'm not afraid to take chances. I'm not afraid to fail. And that's because I'm not one that competes. So I'm not worried about what
The next person.
the next person is doing. Not saying I'm not competitive, but I try to look at it as
Now, do you compete
I-
with people or do you compete with yourself?
that's what I was going to say. I compete with myself. I compete with my competition is me being a better version of who I was yesterday.
Then that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That
better
is
version of who I was yesterday. So if my competition is myself, that makes me always the winner.
Okay? You come out on top like there's no tomorrow.
Right.
Shoot, I love that. And with that being said, you want to tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
All right. So I am on all social media platforms. I'm on Facebook under Tonya Thomas. If you find me on Facebook under Tonya Thomas, it'll direct you to any of the other platforms that I have, such as the pageant, the styling boutique, as well as the event planning. I am on Instagram under Miss Tonya Thomas, and it's Tonya Thomas for TikTok, as well as what are the other platforms?
You know, I always say when they find me once, they'll find me twice.
Yeah, exactly. Go to Tonya Thomas on Facebook.
Hey, don't play with it. You'll find her. Y'all know what time it is. With that wonderfulness, I want to say thank you for joining me on the playground. And look, with all your talented skills and your abilities to adapt, I want to definitely have you back.
Okay.
So with that being said, I want to say thank you for joining me on the playground where podcasters come to play and the creative minds never lay. And we're going to catch y'all on the next episode.